I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one Chief Rock and Knicks Universe, main man, Uncle Freezy. Good morning. Welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly. Right? Let's go. Let's go. Okay. It's game day. It's game day. It's game day. Man, good to see y'all. Good to be with y'all, man. It's the Knicks Morning Drive. We're going to talk about a couple of things today. Okay. Hewlett Samuel's in the building. Eric Siriel. Yo, Forbes Phil is in the building. The original DSJ. What's good? What's good with you? The original DSJ. He ain't playing point guard for Charlotte. He running point guard for the Chat. Them. JJ is in the building. Otherwise, what's good? What's good? What's good with you, boss? Pudge Nice is in the building. Okay. Jerry Fitz is in the building. Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. Let's start this thing off. Oh, you know what? Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly, right? Bim. Here we are. Here we go. Let me jump this thing. Let me jump into a quote by the great American poet. Oh, you know what? It's Atlanta. We have a specific quote for the Atlanta Hawks. Every time we play the Hawks. Kerry Cox is in the building. Y'all know what quote it is, and y'all know what great American poet I'm ready to quote. Y'all know how this works. I'm ready to quote the great American poet, Prodigy, in terms of how we feel about Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks. Hey, Trae Young, if you're listening. Trae Young, if you're listening. Here's my quote from the great American poet, Prodigy. There's a war going on outside no man is safe from. You can run, but you can't hide forever from these streets that we done took. You walk around with your head down, scared to look. You shook. Because ain't no such things is halfway crooks. Bim. Let's go. Get that energy up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So I got a couple things that I really want to touch on, man. I want to touch on this Hawks game tonight and not just any old regular season game. Right? I know what some of y'all are going to tell me. Hey, Uncle Freezy, look, man, it's only 1 in 82. Nah, not with Atlanta. Not with Atlanta. Nope. Not with Atlanta. There's no such thing as 1 in 82 with Atlanta. Right? Atlanta is coming up here and they want to touch us up. And guess what? We ain't get ready to allow it. And we want to put our paws on them. And I'm sorry for those of y'all that want me to sound like a journalist. I'm not a journalist. I didn't go to school for this. I'm a fan, baby. I'm a fan. Hardcore. And this channel is for hardcore Knicks fans. And I know y'all hardcore because y'all rock with me every time. Shout out to the original DSJ that always finds the opportunity to make people laugh. Shout out to the original DSJ that always finds the opportunity to make people laugh. Them. And DSJ says, but we've done well against Atlanta in the regular season. It's the postseason we have to worry about if we get there. Them. Forbes Phil says, PSA, show your Knicks love and support. Smack that like button. Run it up. Knicks fam. Let's go. Yeah, man. Let's start hitting that like button, man. Let's jog that like button. You know what I'm saying? Let's jog that like button, man. Show your love and support for y'all channel. You know what I mean? The Hawks are going to want to come in here and do some things, right? They're going to want to come in here and do some things. Let me pull this up. I want to share this thing with y'all, but I messed around and started watching that stupid Tom Cruise movie and got distracted. I'm human. Anybody saw that Tom Cruise movie, Oblivion, on Netflix? I messed around and started watching that, man, and got distracted. So, anyways, here's the tally. Right now, the Knicks are 5th in the NBA in scoring at 117.8 points per game, right? The Atlanta Hawks, however, are 4th in the NBA in field goal percentage, right? They're 4th in field goal percentage, and that's something that we have to take a look at because the Hawks can score. They can shoot, right? They can shoot the basketball. Oh, I got these yaws, man. It's crazy. Okay. Let me take a sip of the agua. Because we have to do a breakdown. We have to break this down to the very last compound. See how I sound? A little unrational. Anybody know what song that's from? DSJ says, I saw that movie. It was all right. I thought you were going to bring up Top Gun Maverick. It was pretty good. Nah, Top Gun is whack, bro. I don't watch no. I'm just joking. Yo, Forbes' Phil is like, yo, of course we know where that joint come from. We have to break them down to the very last compound. See how it sound a little unrational. Some people would even say the word dramatical. All right. Here's the thing I want to get to. This is going to be the tail of the tape. And I'm sorry I don't have the graphic, but the electrician should be here in a couple hours, and we'll be back on normal. I'll be back in Studio G, basically. Basically, right? Okay. All right. So the Knicks are 2nd in the NBA in rebounding, with 49.8 rebounds a game. Tom from Huntington, what's good? Chef NYK, what's good? So It doesn't seem like it, right? But the Knicks are a fairly decent team defensively. It just doesn't seem like it because we had 2 overtime games, right? All right, but the Knicks are second in the NBA in rebounding, right? And the Knicks are 19th in points per game allowed. That's just points per game. That's including the 2 overtime games, right? But in field goal percentage, again, this is one of the things that matter. This is one of the things that matter, right? In field goal percentage, this is what teams shoot against us, right? This is going to be one of those stats. YC is in the building. Yeah, hey, JJ, I'm going to get it. JJ, stop reading my mind, man. Good God. I think JJ is like my roommate, man. JJ be stealing my notes. Nah, listen to me, JJ. Nah, for real. All right, let me go back to that. Dang it! Every time my phone will lock, and then it'll. Let me go back to. Let me go back to this. I want to read this stat to y'all because what I want y'all to understand is what the Knicks are working with, right? All right. So in field goals made per game, the Knicks are allowing 41.5 field goals per game, right? 41.5 field goals per game, right? Now, the leader in field goals made per game is the Phoenix Suns. They only allow 37.3, right? They allow 37.3 field goals a game, right? At the same time, they allow 37.3 made field goals a game. They only allow 84.3 shots. Jermaine Royster's in the building. What's good, my man? Right? So listen to me. Phoenix allows, now listen, here's a contrast. This is what I want Knicks fans to pay attention to. Don't listen to people who say all kind of wild, stupid stuff and have no creativity. They don't know how to read numbers, right? Listen to what I'm saying. Phoenix allows 37.3 made baskets, right? But they only allow 84.3 shots. So while it seems like Phoenix only allows a certain amount of shots, right? Teams are shooting 44.2% against them. Bam! There it is. Bim! There it is. There's the secret in the numbers. They don't allow a lot of shots because they basically run a slower pace. They have the type of defense the Knicks used to have 2 years ago, where the pace was super slow and teams got up just a handful of shots, right? But Phoenix is allowing 44.2% from the floor. Now, the Knicks are allowing 41.5 made baskets, right? And I know this is going to sound wild, but stay with me because I'm comparing. Stay with me. The Knicks are allowing 41.5 made field goals a game, right? But teams are getting up 96.8 shots a game. That means pace of play makes our defense look worse than it is. But you can't have it both ways. You can't want your offense to zoom, 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 up and down the floor, up and down the floor, up and down the floor, right? And then think the other team's not going to do it too. So for those that wanted the Knicks to get out and run up and down the floor, 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 we shoot more shots. That means the other team is shooting more shots also. But here is where the Knicks defense is better than the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns field goal percentage was 44. The Knicks defensive field goal percentage is 42.9. 42.9. So what I'm getting at, when I went on that whole thing that I just went through with numbers, right? The NBA is a make or miss league. You can only shoot one shot at a time. And right now, the Knicks are second in the NBA in field goal percentage. Yo, Marv is in the building. What's good, Marv? Hey, Marv, we thought you hit the number or something. You disappeared, man. We ain't seen you. You know what I'm saying? Jerry Fitz. So what I'm saying to you is this. The Knicks are allowing a field goal percentage of 42.9% from the floor. The only team that's better is the Milwaukee Bucks. I'll take that. And the source that I'm using, oh shoot, stupid iPhone. The source that I'm using is ESPN.com. I'm on ESPN.com's stat page, NBA stat page. Right? Here's the other thing. I know a lot of people say that the Knicks perimeter defense is bad. Right? And I'm going to search it real time. Hey, chat, what do y'all think? So give me a yes or no. The Knicks perimeter defense is bad. Yes or no? Yes or no? The Knicks perimeter defense is bad. Yes or no? Yes or no? It's yes or no. Yes or no? Put it in the chat. Yes or no? The Knicks perimeter defense is bad. Yes or no? Yes or no? It's yes or no. 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 It's bad, right? All right. So the Charlotte Hornets have the best 3-point defense against at 30.1. The Charlotte Hornets have the best perimeter defense if you just count 3-point shooting, right? Right? The New York Knicks have a 3-point field goal percentage against of 33.2. That's below league average. That means teams shoot below league average against us, right? The Knicks are sixth in the NBA when it comes to 3-point percentage against. Sixth. So what does all this mean, Uncle Freezy? I know that's what y'all asking. Because the other night, the Knicks 3-point defense looked terrible against Cleveland, right? Right? So Wiz is in the building. Wiz, what's good, boss? Wiz says, speaking of numbers, when I hit the Powerball tonight, I'm taking a whole chat to our game at the Nets since they always be so many empty seats. Bim, okay. I got you. Doctor say drink water, we drinking water. Doctor say drink water, we drink water. All right. So I brought all of that up so that I can bring up these numbers. I want to bring up the Atlanta Hawks numbers. Right? Atlanta. So for Atlanta is fourth. I'm sorry, this thing. Atlanta is fourth in the NBA in field goal percentage for. Right? And at the moment, Atlanta is, I'm looking for their three-point percentage. Atlanta is 15th in three-point percentage, right? At 36%. So when you get to 15-16 is about league average. So Atlanta and Dallas are shooting about league average, right? So this is what Wiz. No, come on. That's a wild narrative. Our perimeter defense is weak. That's a wild narrative. I just hit you with the stats, bro. I just hit you with facts. Don't hit me with the eye test, bro. Hit me with facts. I need facts. I need numbers. I need facts. I need facts, bro. Facts. I need facts, man. Right? I'm gonna pull it up again. All right. Opponent's three-point percentage. This is what other teams shoot against the Knicks. 33.2. That's sixth in the NBA. That's a fact according to ESPN.com. Saying our perimeter defense is weak and things of that sort is knee-jerk. Is knee-jerk. Just because you saw the Knicks have one bad game against one team that got scorching hot doesn't mean the whole season the Knicks perimeter defense has been bad. Jay Boogie's in the building. What's good, man? Anthony 212 says, crunch time matters dash facts. Hey, man. Anthony 212, what I'm saying is if we go out and play our game, execute the way we want to execute, there will be no crunch time. There's only a crunch time when we need to come back in a deficit or we need to put a team away. If we put this team away early, there won't be a crunch time. Pudge Knight says the defense has been bad since preseason, except I just read numbers and they beg to differ. Wiz says, you're right. Facts say otherwise, so I'm correcting myself. They look vulnerable. Vulnerable may be a better word. Vulnerable definitely may be a better way to put it. Jay Boogie's in the building. Jay Boogie says, AM to the AM, shout out to the chat. Blessings, health, and happiness to you all. Middle of the week, Wednesday game night. We the biggest for sure. Y'all check out that We the Biggest. Check out We the Biggest. Let's turn this small losing streak back to winning. Let's get back to life, back to reality. Anybody know that? Anybody know where that's from? If you're a Knicks fan, let's get back to life, man. Let's get back to reality. Let's get back to our reality, man. Our reality is that this is a pretty good team. When we execute, we can impose our will on other teams. Big Kev in the building. Rogelio Cooper, what's good? Corey Lee is in the building. What's good, my man? Rome from Far Rock in the building. Inwood representative. Let's go. Shout out to Queens. Yo, yeah, hey, Jerry Fitz, Cam should be sick. Ever since he put back on that dumb headband. Come on, bro. Come on, Cam. Come on, Cam. Come on, Cam. CWC is in the building. My brother. CWC says, so why we lost 2 in a row? Defense, sub, rotation. Okay, I missed. Okay. So DSJ says, let's get back to respectability. Fire Leon Rose and hire Uncle Freezy Blorange Tears as the new president. Yeah. Yeah, man. Hey, man. And drinks on me. Drinks on me. What I'm saying to everybody is, yo, we had one bad game. Relax. Cam, come on, Cam. How long Cam been sick? Cam been sick 4 days? Cam need to break. Yo, it can be putting on. Cam puts on that shooter's headband. When Cam put on that shooter's headband, bro, I'm like, oh my God, Cam. Just, you know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Pudge, if we get Svi McCulloch, bro, Svi McCulloch is the best shooter that we have. Yo, Paris Duggar is in the building, my man. Hold on, let me get to Paris Duggar. Okay. Paris Duggar says, and Paris Duggar, thank you for the Jen's contribution. Paris Duggar. Hey, yo, Paris Duggar, let me say something first. Paris Duggar, thank you for not being soft. Right? I appreciate you. Thank you for not being a softy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for if you're gonna throw jabs, you should be able to take them back. That's my code. That's old school. If you gonna dish it out, you better be able to take it. Hey, Paris Duggar, I love you rocking with us, bro. Love it, bro. Love it. Right? Paris Duggar says, because Randall, RJ, and Tibbs approach abilities and yet still dominate what we try to win with. My thrill is gone. Insanity is to keep failing the same way. And I'm sorry for reading slow, but I'm on the laptop, bro. And instead of me having it on the big screen, everything is shrunken down to like, you know what I'm saying? So I understand reading is fundamental. I just have to read a little bit slower because of the screen. And then plus it's a glare. I don't know if y'all noticed, but it's a glare like coming in on the joint too. So yeah, man. Yeah, man. Jay Boogie says, Dad, just drinks. That's all. You rich. You're the president of basketball operations. Come on. Jay Boogie, that's not funny. I see you laughing. I'm not there with Jay Boogie, but I can see Jay Boogie laughing at this right now. Dad. Okay. Jay Boogie think that's funny, man. Jay Boogie older than me. Jay Boogie older than me. He not that much. Jay Boogie is only 20 years older than me. You know what I'm saying? He ain't that much older than me, y'all. Come on, man. Don't get outrageous now. Yo, where the 68 babies at? Where the 68 babies at? All right. Jay Boogie might be, Jay Boogie is like the 48 babies. Jay Boogie here like, Yo, class of 63, raise your hand. Jay Boogie. Jay Boogie. Yo, Jay Boogie here like, yo, class of 66, raise your hand. Oh, oh boy, oh boy. Anyway. Yeah, man. Shout out to the GOAT, Jay Boogie, man. That's my man. That is my man, man. Yeah, man. Yo, hey, Coach was supposed to rock with me this morning. He was supposed to give me a wake-up call. Coach was like, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let Coach call me this morning. Like, I'm gonna ask Coach to call me and see if he really gonna be up this morning. Hey, man. Hey, Coach be burning the candle at both ends. I'll be like, yo, you can't burn the candle at both ends, man. You just can't. Man, you just get tired and wore out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, plus I like Coach knocked it. Yes. He's human, bro. Coach, if you watch it, if you listen to Coach, you're not an android, bro. You're not a machine. You're not the T-1000. Yeah, man. Shout out to my man, Coach, man. We had a great show last night. Per the usual, when Coach come through, man, people like going back and forth with Coach, man. But this thing with the Hawks that I want to say to everybody is the Hawks are not shooting the three exceptionally well. And the Knicks, aside from one game, have a pretty decent perimeter defense. Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Bo Ismail talking about Coach snoring. He in his fifth dream. Dang. That man must be knocked out. And Anthony 212. Hey man, listen, man. I'm with you. This is the next point that I was going to get to that. I want to transition to this, right? Let me do this right here real quick. The next thing I want to get to is this. Donovan Mitchell took it easy on the Knicks on Sunday. In my heart, I believe Donovan Mitchell could have scored 50, 55 against us, right? He went by RJ and gave RJ the courtesy look. Like, I could have dunked all over you, but I didn't. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them. It's one of them things. Yeah, Bo says, I got up and listened to y'all at 2:30 in the morning. Yes, and we was still rocking, bro. I think I can't remember the exact time, but yeah, we was still rocking, bro. But what I'm saying about Donovan Mitchell is Donovan Mitchell hit RJ with the hezzy and the pull-up three, and the look in his eye when he looked at RJ, he was like, man, I could have. But I love New York. Right? Donovan Mitchell could have easily went for 50 on us. Because there is no way. Let me see if I can fix. There is no way nobody in any Knicks platform is going to tell me that Jalen Brunson, Evan Fournier, or RJ Barrett was going to stop Donovan Mitchell. Chat, can somebody convince me otherwise? That Jalen Brunson, Evan Fournier, RJ Barrett were going to stop Donovan Mitchell. If somebody have a compelling argument for that, I'll listen. I'm serious. And tonight, the villain, Trae DeBarge is coming into the Garden, and we think that Jalen Brunson, Evan Fournier, or RJ Barrett is going to stop Trae DeBarge. Now, I like this strategy. I want Trae Young to take this thing personal, and I want Trae Young to go out there and try to show up the Knicks. Because if he does, that means the Knicks can beat the Hawks. If Trae Young takes this personal, that means the Knicks can beat the Hawks. Because there'll be a one-man show, and we'll beat them as a team. And the original DSJ says, I hope Trae Young doesn't find the rhythm of the night. Yeah, man. I don't want Trae DeBarge to feel like he's gonna get one more chance. Baby, all I need is one more. Oh, y'all thought that was big. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. Joe Madden.
What's up, Freezy? What's up?
What's good, boss?
Not much, my man. What's happening?
Man, we got the Hawks tonight, bro.
Yeah, I gotta ask you just a quick question. Are your Bears tanking, or what are they doing? Because they tanked and then they decided.
You funny as hell, Joe, man. You funny. You set me up for that one too. You set me up for that one good.
No, you have the Bears colors on your hat too, and that just made me think about it. I was like, it's Bears. I'm like, they look like they were rebuilding, and then, boom, last minute they make a wide receiver move.
Yeah, did you see how much we gave up for Claypool, bro?
Bro, like Giants brought in Poles for an interview when they were hiring Joe Shin, when they were doing the GM. Thank God we dodged him, man, because Giants have been furious. There's no direction.
Oh my God.
Like, I get it. You're trying to get Justin Fields help, but couldn't you get a Claypool in the second or third round in the draft in 3 or 4 months or in April?
Man, we could have drafted a receiver in the draft that just passed instead of going for corners, right? Yeah, or why draft? And I like the DBs that we have. I like the ones that we drafted, right? But my deal is why not trade Khalil Mack? Never mind. Why not trade the defense off at the draft and then rebuild at that draft? Have these young kids come into training camp together, get some chemistry, and still tank.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. Our 3 best defensive players, they're gone anyway. Remember, we had Khalil Mack, Roquan Smith, and I keep forgetting the defensive end name. Robert Quinn. Right? We had them right before. So why not trade? Anyway, bro, I just want to vomit.
I get what they were doing. They were like, all right, look, we're going into the rebuild, and then the last hour, the deadline. And I get the thinking, get him Justin Fields help, but you're not winning this year, and the draft is in April. So just hold on to the pick, and then you Because Claypool's deal's up in like 2 years, so you got to pay him instead of just getting a rookie receiver you're going to get for 4 or 5 years. But
yeah,
I don't know. My Giants stayed packed. They're thinking that way too. They're like, we're 6-2, and they're like, nah, we're just going to draft a receiver.
No, man, the Giants should have drafted a pass rush. I mean, should have traded for a pass rusher, bro. I like the direction they're going. I like the direction that the Giants are going. But being 6-2 at the halfway mark doesn't mean you're going to finish 6-2 in the second half. Right? So
Shane, I think, is playing with house money. We ain't expected to be here.
Right.
So
But
with house money, he's like, all right, because he's looking at the draft. He's like, I'm not trading because he set the market trading Tony. He got a 3rd and a 6th for a guy that didn't play. So if he wanted to trade for receivers or even the market for edges, like look what Chubb went for.
Yep, I saw it.
The Dolphins fleeced the Niners. When you look at that whole thing in one picture, I think it's Chubb, Tyreek Hill, and Waddle for Trey Lance.
Basically.
Crazy.
You know, but and the other thing too, I was thinking, why did the Giants trade for Jerry Jeudy?
Cost too much. Look what Claypool went for. If Claypool went for early second, Jeudy was going to go for a first because the Giants' second was going to be a late second.
Yeah.
So it was going to, you were off to do that. Maybe it was a second and a third. And Joe Shem was like, nah, too much. He can just draft.
And what are y'all going to do with Galladay?
Galladay be cut the end of the year.
Yeah, I
think there's like 8 million dead cap, and I think it opens up 10 million in cap space when they cut him.
Okay.
So they don't get killed. So I think they're going to try him this year. Like he said, he wants to be part of a 10-win team. So I guess they're going to hope and see what he can do. And either way, he's gone. He's going to be cap space.
A waste of money.
But that's the Dave Gettleman effect.
Yeah.
Dave Gettleman effect. It's like Tony was a good deal getting what you got for him, but yet the effect you lost out on Micah Parsons.
Right.
And so you got Evan Neal, but the Tony deal now, it's like, I don't know, just gave Edelman effect all over.
You wouldn't have gave up that first though. You wouldn't have gave up that first to put him opposite Kayvon Thibodeau for Chubb. No. Joe.
No, the Giants aren't in that position yet. 2 years down the line, it's like we're 6-2, but people got to realize the soft schedule, and we've got I think it's overperforming by great coaching, by elite coaching in my eyes. Okay. So there's still holes, and they need another draft before they can start. Because that's the thing is, we're rebuilding. We want.
So you don't believe Jones is the quarterback of the future, then?
No, I believe he's the quarterback of the future. I just don't believe in shipping out a bunch of picks for receivers that maybe you have 2 more years than you got to pay. When you can you're playing with house money. So ride the ship, get to the playoffs because you might get to 10 wins, sneak into the wild card, and then go into next year's draft and you draft again. Because this is the problem. If Dave Gettleman was in shop, we would have shipped out a 1st-round pick for Jeudy.
Right.
And then now in a year's time, because you got to remember, it's like the Tony deal looked good at the time trading back. Mistake. Galladay payday. Oh, look, we paid Galladay. Great number 1 receiver. Mistake. So I believe trading a bunch of picks for Jeudy might have been a mistake because he has drop problems too. And he got Russell Wilson.
Right.
Daniel Jones has been better, but he ain't making Jeudy that much better.
Right. Okay.
So.
Okay. All right. So let's get to the Trae Young thing then. What's your over under for points scored by Trae Young tonight?
I think it go. I would say 25.
25.
I would go. He's going to get double. I think 25 and 10 will be my point assist.
Okay, so you're thinking 25 and 10, and maybe the Hawks win by 12. Is that the stance you're taking?
No. This is actually the perfect matchup I've been looking for. I looked up the way the Hawks are built and the way we have with. This is an easy way to beat the Hawks, and it's put Jalen Brunson is one of the best post point guards in the league. Trae Young is an absolute horrific defender anywhere on the court. You put Jalen Brunson, you keep feeding him in the post, he could drop 40 on Trae Young easy. But that's the thing, can he hold Trae Young to 25 to below 30? Because I know he can put up 40 on Trae Young unless they decide to do a lot of switching, which I don't think they will. Because then what are you going to do? Put Trae Young on RJ?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking. I was thinking, Hunter on RJ. The other guard, what's his name? I forget his name. DeJounte Murray.
Yeah.
DeJounte Murray on Jalen Brunson, and then Trae Young on Evan Fournier.
Yeah. And Grimes, I think, is Grimes back tonight? I think he's listed. He was upgraded to questionable. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's questionable.
See, and this is a game where it's like, yeah, you're going to start Fournier, but I'd have him out a lot and put a bigger. If you're going to do that and they're going to have Trae Young guarding Fournier, I'm putting a bigger dude. I'm putting a guy that can go to the rim. I'd nearly put Cam in a lot more.
Cam might
you
be
got
out.
If you're going to beat the Hawks and Trae Young's going to go 40, you let him have his 40, shut down everybody else, and kill him defensively.
Yeah.
Because that's why I don't see Trae Young as a championship winning point guard unless you have the perfect defensive team around him. Because he is that bad defensively, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. Grimes and Cam Reddish are questionable for tonight. So we may be missing both.
Okay.
Yeah. So that puts us in that weird spot, man. It puts us in a
IQ plays more minutes at the 2, maybe.
IQ against Trae Young. Is that what you want to see?
Yeah.
I understand that's a different question. There was one question, and then you brought up IQ. I understand that's a different question. I'm just asking if that's what you want to see.
I would like to see it because, as we said, it's like I think Trae Young. The easiest matchup for him is Fournier, and that's what is probably going to happen because they're not going to want to put. Like, I'd try and get Brunson on him as much as possible. But as you said, that they could probably Devontae Murray now could be guarding Brunson, put size on Brunson, and then put a smaller guy on Fournier. But that means then if they're going to do that, then Fournier, you can't really have him in there a lot. You need somebody else in that's going to expose Trae Young because the whole thing is to beat the Hawks is let Trae Young have his piece, shut down everybody else, and then you need to kill him defensively.
And make him work defensively.
And make him work defensively.
Yeah.
Because then you make him work defensively, gas him offensively too at the end of the game. We've seen it when we played him. He gassed, I think, one of the last regular season games we played him.
Yeah. So, I can see that.
You gotta make him work.
I could see that. I understand what you mean.
That's why I think putting a better player. That's why we need an explosive 2 guard for these type of matchups because having more explosive 2 guard then makes them force them to switch then and put Brunson back on him. And I think Brunson will have his way with him. I don't know if Brunson will be able to stop him defensively, but I think Brunson will be able to put up points on him easy.
Okay. Yo, Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says RJ will get his first of many boos at MSG tonight. Just wait and see. And Dre says, wishing negativity is like that is like that's nasty, Paris. Yeah. Hey, thank y'all for the comments and such, man. But RJ Barrett's not gonna get booed, bro. He's RJ. I keep saying I don't know if people understand what I'm getting at, man. But I'm not trying to create a stupid narrative. RJ Barrett is the golden child, bro. I promise you. RJ Barrett is the golden child, man. This Knicks organization wants him on a pedestal. They don't want y'all thinking about Billy Garrett and John Jenkins no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Freezy, the organization can pump him up all they want. The more they pump him up and the more he disappoints, the more it's going to hurt RJ. So that's on them.
Yeah.
You can't sell me an RJ the golden child and he's maybe just a little bit above average on the court. You can't sell me on that. You want to sell me on he's a franchise player and he's a golden child? He needs to be a golden child and a franchise player. And right now,
I never said he was a franchise player, though, bro.
But
He's not.
would they say like the golden child and franchise players? It's kind of the same thing, no? If the
No.
organization's putting them that way, not the
No.
fans.
No, Danny, what's good, bro? Where you been at, bro? Bro, you been all right?
I've been working like crazy, bro.
Hey, we miss you, bro.
I know. I miss you guys too.
Yeah, man. How's Lucas?
What's up,
He's
man?
great. He's doing good. His team lost to the same team twice in a row, 2 weeks in a row.
Oh, man, did he get a lot of rebounds?
He had rebounds, but they're all sloppy. They're all like regressing, I think. But they're better. They're better than the Knicks, so it doesn't matter. I'm more excited to watch them.
Yo, start Lucas at the 2 for the Knicks right now. Right now.
He'll knock some guys down.
Good. That's what we need. Hey,
Tell him Kevin Love is stationary. He might be able to guard him better than RJ and Rondo were able to do.
Of course, they both can't play. They can't even play the defense on themselves.
Right. Joe, what I was mentioning about RJ being the golden child is not that he is going to be the best player on the Knicks, or that he's going to lead the Knicks to a championship, or that he's going to be a multiple-time All-Star, or none of that stuff. What I'm saying is RJ Barrett is representing the future of Knicks basketball. Like when you see RJ, it makes you forget about Frank Ntilikina and John Jenkins and Ron Baker. You know what I'm saying? And Emmanuel Mudiay.
So he's going to be Hassan Haslam. He's going to be just an average player in the Knicks for 20 years.
Exactly.
I think he's going to be, and this is going to be sacrilege to Knicks fans, but I think RJ Barrett is going to be a mix between, and I know it's going to sound strange, and I'm here for the smoke. If I say it, I'll be here for all the pushback on it. I think he's going to be a mix between Jay Crowder and Manu Ginobili, right? And I know this sounds like a weird combination, right? That's like damn chicken wings and peanut butter. You know what I'm saying? I know it sounds like weird, like the two trying to go together. But I think he's gonna be that for us. And if you notice, both of the players that I mentioned were key contributors on winning teams. And I think that's what RJ Barrett is going to be. A key contributor on the Knicks winning formula going forward. They're just not there yet. And RJ is only 22. So I'm not saying now, will they draft other players that'll be better than him? Yes. Right? Will they draft players that might be more important than him? I don't know.
I wouldn't say draft. They'll probably trade or sign players better because they're never going to be they're going to be winning too much unless they get diamonds in the rough. Like a big diamond in the rough that's going to be better than RJ.
Right. Okay. But you get what I'm saying, right? Like, I don't think he's going to be like, he's not going to be Patrick Ewing ever. He's not going to have a Patrick Ewing type impact for the Knicks, even being drafted in the top 3. But what I'm saying is when you look at RJ, you forget about the Mario Hezonias and Emmanuel Mudiay's and the Troy Williams and the Noah Vonlehs and the Enes Kantors and the Isaiah Hicks and the Luke Cornettes. You forget about, once you see RJ, you forget about all those bad players before him. You don't even remember that. Once you see RJ, you don't even remember that we had a player called Mandaugas Kuzminskis.
I remember him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. RJ is the future of this thing going forward. Hey, Sherwin, what's good, bro? I see you. And Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, RJ isn't working on his game. It's still the same. Yeah, it looks like the same, bro, to me.
And that's what, when you say, like, I agree he can be at some point a contributor on a championship or a winning team.
Right.
Right now, not even close, because the defense is falling off a cliff.
His defense, right?
His defense, yes. RJ's defense. The offense, you can see he's trying to get a little bit better. Like this year, you haven't really seen it, but I think it'll come. He started off slow, which is another thing I need to get at his slow starts. But I think the offensive will get there. It's just that's the defense is what's worrying me. And when we have lack of perimeter defense, and he talked about, we're putting him in, and he was going to be our defender. That scares me that he's our number one defender.
That scares me that he's
because he's getting eaten.
I don't think that's RJ's fault though, bro.
No, that's the organization or the team building fault that there's not a better perimeter. Well, we have to see Grimes first, but before we kind of make that judgment, because maybe Grimes is meant to be in that role eventually. So we have to sit on that. But right now it's looking like the organization didn't really bring in anybody that can guard.
Yeah.
All I need is someone that can guard a best player and stop them from killing us, and they can knock down an open three.
Yeah.
That's it. Low usage, efficient player that can play defense. And Grimes maybe fits the bill, but it's not Evan Fournier. Evan Fournier's shot creation is lazy shot creation.
Yeah.
And just the defense, man, is terrible. It got maybe a little bit better than last year, but he's never going to be a defender. And that's where I get mad at the organization. It's like you have a defensive coach bring in last summer, you bring in Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier.
Miles McBride. You want to see some Miles McBride?
Maybe at some point. I don't know. I'm not going to jump over the bridge about Miles McBride just yet. I think we can get better players, and we have better players.
Yeah, man. I wanna pound the table for some Miles McBride, bro. And Pudge Nice says, Svi tonight. I like Svi McCulloch, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I think Svi is probably the best shooter on the roster.
Who?
Svi McCulloch.
Oh yeah, he was good with it. He killed us a couple of times when we were playing Detroit
and Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
He knocked down that. I think Svi played for them when Toronto was playing in Tampa, the bubble season.
Yeah.
Remember I think the Raptors were playing in like a baseball stadium or something. it felt like we were playing them in the library.
Yeah, he was with the Raptors last year, and I think Detroit drafted him in like the second round. He spent a couple of years there. But he's a good shooter. He's lights out.
Yeah.
The problem with him is though, it's kind of like Evan Fournier and some of them Euro wings. It's just slow-footed defensively.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, his shooting, if he'd be a starting wing on a championship team if he could play defense.
I think his athleticism is underrated, though. I think he's going to catch a couple of bodies this year. You know what I'm saying? And then with all these guys that we have on the roster, everybody is going to have like one thing or two things that make them imperfect. You know what I'm saying? It's like watching New York Giants football. Everybody on the roster has flaws in it. I'm surprised the fact that they won 6 games. I don't think the Giants will win another game this year.
Did you not look at our schedule? We got the Texans and the Lions next.
So what?
Come on, bro. They're guaranteed wins. They've already packed it in.
Yeah, I don't think the Lions are packing it in. I just think their defense is horrible.
Yeah. But they got Aiden Hutchinson. That's the only one on their defense I'd really worry about is Hutchinson. And then they don't have a quarterback or an offensive line.
Yeah. Jared Goff.
Our quarterback, I'm not jumping up and down him, but at least you're showing at least he's an NFL average to maybe slightly above average quarterback. They don't have nothing in Goff.
With great coaching. With great coaching. Yeah, if he had like a regular coach, I'd say Daniel Jones is a bust. But with this coach, I think he's gonna be decent.
But you got to, at the same time, you got to look at his receiving core. After the Bears made that trade, he's the worst receiving core, and it's not even close.
Yeah. Well, I think Svi probably does have flaws, but what I would say to his flaws is the one thing I like about Svi is you can't leave him open for a millisecond. I think he's Steve Novak-ish from 3. But he's young, so people won't give him his credit yet because he's bounced around a little bit. But the thing about shooters is shooters will bounce around. You know what I'm saying? Shooters will bounce around because y'all get it.
Yeah.
And Corey Lee says, please stop about my Giants. Man, if the Giants wasn't terrible, bro, I wouldn't say nothing about them.
What do you mean the Giants? The 6-2, bro.
I understand that. Y'all beat some lucky teams. I got super lucky, bro.
What do you mean? You beat the Titans, you beat the Ravens, you beat Green Bay. Like, I get where you're coming from. They're not, to me, yeah, I do agree with you a little bit that they're safe. Like, to me, they're closer. They're not a bad team, but they're not a good team. They're not a 6-2 team, but you can't say they're a bad team. It's been bad coaching for 4 or 5 years. It's Gettleman. You look at it like Gettleman's drafting has been good. His coaching hires and his coachings has been horrific.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So,
all right.
No, you can't say they're a bad team. They're all right.
Yeah.
Compared to the Bears.
They're like I mean, bro, come on. You keep saying the Bears. Y'all barely got away. Y'all beat us 26-20.
But no, I'm talking record-wise, bro.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, man, we had flashes. If we had any receivers, we'd have been going up and down the field on y'all, bro. I mean,
let's say the same thing too. We don't know no receivers.
I did touche. Okay, duly noted. Our receivers at the time were worse than y'all's, so Richie James being an outlier helped y'all in the victory.
Yeah, and I look at it quarterback wise, I would have Justin Fields and Daniel Jones in the. Well, no, Daniel Jones a little bit better right now.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I still even don't think Fields is it.
Yeah, well, the offensive line is terrible.
Ohio State quarterbacks, man, scare me. They don't do well. They look good in Ohio State, like CJ Stroud this year. I'm like,
no, thank you.
Anybody can have him.
Yep, no, I'll pass. Yeah,
we're not in position for him. We're not going to be there for him. He's going to go top 2, top 3, I think, by the end of it. But Ohio State quarterbacks, nah.
No, thank you. All the way back to golly, what's the quarterback that was there with Eddie George? I know you probably don't know who the dude is, but he played quarterback with Eddie George, and they thought he was a golden child. He turned out to be terrible. Yeah, man.
Quarterback's a hard position to evaluate. These guys are busting like the Jets, I think, busted with Zach Wilson. Man, Trevor Lawrence don't even look like what he was meant to be, and he was meant to be generational coming out.
Yep. It just goes to show, man. It just goes to show that certain franchises, regardless of the sport, they're just not meant to win, bro. You know what I'm saying? Jacksonville had a perfect formula. Was it 6 years ago? They had Fournette, they had Jalen Ramsey, had a pretty good defense, had decent receivers, and then they blew it up. Coughlin couldn't hold it in the road long enough, and they blew it up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Remember when Coughlin was the team president down there?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, certain teams, bro. It don't matter how many draft picks you give them. You know what I'm saying? They're just not gonna win. So
you've them. The Lions are always down there. It's like
terrible. Yeah.
It's like you look at the draft and people talking Kayvon Thibodeau probably should have been number 1 pick. Or well, no, at the point then Hutchinson was started to play better in college. But Kayvon Thibodeau should have been top 2, top 3 at least.
Yeah,
I think. And the same thing with was it Kyle Hamilton? I thought, and some of these guys in the draft. These guys now are smart and they're realizing, it's the Texans, it's the Lions, it's Jacksonville up top. Yeah. I'm going to tank my draft stock.
Yeah.
And they start blabbing out and stuff start coming out because they don't want to go to these bad teams because you know what it's like. And that's what like you kind of seen with Trevor Lawrence. Oh boy, he's going to Jacksonville. He's not going to pan out.
Yeah. And we knew Joe Burrow was going to pan out because the Bengals were always only one player away. They always had good skill players. Mm-hmm. Like you can't remember any time in recent history that the Bengals have not had good wide receivers. Always have good wide receivers, right?
Yeah.
Always have good corners, right? The only thing is they just needed somebody to get those dudes the ball. So always have good running backs, you know. But so Joe, what are we gonna do with it? This is the thing that I want to ask you and Danny Landis and everybody in the chat. Is this week we have Atlanta, we have Philly, we have Boston. If we lose all 3 of these games to teams that we feel like are going to be in the playoffs, Is it too early to sound the alarm?
Well, you already know if they're winning games and they're in it, I'm all for it. I want to win games. But you got to be smart. If this team goes in 25 games or give it to 30 games by Christmas and are 6 or 7 games below 500, rip it up, pack it in, and start running for Wemby. Because it's a smart idea and it's what half the teams are going to do. I just don't think they're going to do it, and I don't think they're going to be in position. I think they're going to be too close to 500. But these games against playoff, this streak is important because we're 3-3.
Yes.
You go 3-6. Do they start looking at Tibbs? I think 1 and 2 is the worst that this comes out. You need to get one of these 3. You go 0-3, you're kind of in trouble.
I'm telling you right now, Atlanta is the game you got to get.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Sixers are all of a sudden red hot. And don't tell me you're going to lose 2, and then well, you know what? We'll just beat Boston.
Yeah, Boston look like they're not missing a beat after losing the coach.
Yeah. And Joe, guess what? They're not missing a beat after missing the coach, bro.
No, I'm not missing a beat.
You know what I mean? It's like, come on, bro.
Brooklyn fire their coach. Well, we have Brooklyn coming up too, right?
Yeah.
When's that? Next 2 weeks, right?
I think so.
Oh, the beautiful timing.
Yeah, perfect.
I will play Brooklyn every night right now.
Yep.
But that's crazy. They don't miss a beat, and they're the coach is I might go. The suspended coach is I might go to Brooklyn. They're like, okay, bye, no compensation, no nothing, you can go.
Yeah. Okay. You going to Brooklyn? Okay. Whatever.
I'm trying to think. What's the name? Who is their coach? He's a young dude too, right?
Brooklyn's interim coach?
No. Boston's.
I don't know.
The dude that they took over, that was taken over from Udoka for the rest of the year.
I know.
Young dude.
Yeah, he looks odd, bro. That dude look like he'll fight you, bro. Joe, he looked like he'll bump into you in the bodega on purpose. You know what I'm saying? The Boston coach, that light skinned dude, he looked like he from North Boston, bro.
Yeah. I don't know. What is it with Boston and coaches? They always do well with them, with young ones as well.
I think it's the environment, man. I think it's the environment. CWC, what's good, boss?
What's up, party people? How y'all doing?
Hey, the rumor is you don't play ball, bro.
The devil is a lie.
Yeah, you too old, man. Ball. You too old. You like 46, 47 years old. You too old to be playing ball.
No, I'm 43.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I still get it down.
Yeah, they say you they saying you like 36 years old. You too old to be out there playing ball.
Hey, I play better defense than the New York Knicks.
Nah, man, the Knicks. Okay, all right. You gotta look at the numbers, bro.
They might need me. Look at the number. I look at the icon. I look at the eye test. Game. You have to look at the eye test.
Yeah, nobody can get over screens.
Yeah.
You can't go by data and all of that stuff. You have to go by the eye test. Everybody watched the game. And every time somebody ain't guarding their guys, they overhelp with each other guys. Stay with your own guy if you playing man to man. Stay on your own guy. Stop trying to help everybody out.
Wait a minute, CWC. So you just said they can't stay with nobody, and then when they get beat, you don't want them to double team and help. So you want one dude to score 80 points on us. You want one NBA player just to score 80 points a game on us.
They're just going to go for Evan Fournier, and knowing Evan Fournier is not going to have any help, so they're just going to beat him every time.
Yeah, and Evan Fournier, man, going to score 75 points. That's what you want, CWC?
Doesn't help them, which is Mitch can't stay on the court with this foul trouble, man, and this jumping. So that don't help the defense either when you have no rim protection.
Yeah,
as hard as a defender Hartenstein is and how good he is offensively, and he's going to be a good player. He's not rim protection. He's not a great defender.
But when the other guys guards come in through the paint, and you can't stay with your guys, that's a problem. They creating plays in the paint. They getting past our guards. Our guards have to play better defense than what they're doing. That's all I'm saying. Stop helping out. If you're gonna, Tibbs need to play zone sometime. That's the problem. These guys getting tired playing man to man every night. Play zone sometime. You know what I mean? Come on, man. You already know Fournier is not a good defender. Play zone. Everybody's shooting threes on us.
I understand. I understand what you're saying. But, you know, it's one of them things, man, where I think it's the pace of play that's making – I think it's this up-tempo pace of play is was the culprit. You know, when you play faster, bro, you play faster on offense, those big, bulky dudes, the big Herculean type, I'm strong robot guy, those type of dudes – They can't do all that running up and down the floor like that, man. And I think RJ Barrett might be one of them. And I'm not criticizing the Golden Child. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not criticizing the Golden Child because RJ Barrett is the future. And we need to accept that.
And I think watching Julius, like Julius is trying hard and he's playing decent. I wouldn't say great, but he's trying and he's playing defense and playing with energy. I just think that's killing his efficiency with his shot. Because there's so much move, like the pace that they're trying to play with, and it's the movement he's doing. I think it's gassing him.
Yeah.
And like they can't say we're gonna play half ball ISO Julius slow one season and tell him, all right, Julius, you got 3 or 4 months to get in shape and be ready to bump up and down the court for 82 plus games.
Right.
It's not gonna last.
Right.
At some point, he's gonna get hurt or he's gonna get gassed completely.
Yeah, you can't have it both. So you're saying you can't have it both ways.
No, you can't. You can't change the style of play that quick with one player who's been playing that similar style of play his whole career and switch it in 1 year to that tempo. If you want to change the style of play and go tempo, that's when you don't put it. You bring in the players that play that style of play. You're not going to adjust Julius like that, and he's playing well. But I think with his shots, like not a shot selection, but his shot, it looks like in the fourth quarter and in the end of the third quarter when he's in there, he just looks tired.
Yeah.
And he has no legs to take a jumper. And that's because for, was it 2.5 to 3 quarters, he's running up and down trying to play fast tempo. And what I worry is in like 30 games next year, you're going to see Julius collapse on the floor because he's not used to playing this sustainable basketball, like fast-paced basketball. And it's not going to be sustainable for 82 games.
Yeah.
But that's when you bring Obi in. Yeah, let Obi get some of that minutes. That's what's going on. You have to share that minutes, man. Hey, did y'all heard Obi say he want to get a trade?
He didn't.
Did y'all hear that?
Executives speculate if the Obi doesn't get more minutes that he might be that he might get frustrated and ask for a trade. So it's more or less
heard that, right, Joe?
If the Knicks don't kind of move on from Julius or give him more minutes by the deadline, then Obi might get fed up.
It's the same rumor we heard last year, though. Yeah,
I don't blame him, man. Yeah, give him some minutes, man. Yeah, give him a minute.
Yeah. All I'm saying is this, bro. The thing with Obi, and I didn't want to get into a Obi topping thing, man, because I know Obi be watching and Obi sensitive about Uncle Freezy. He like, who's Uncle
It's
Freezy?
an Obi hype in here. It's Obi hype up in here.
Nah, I'm saying somebody hit me up. Somebody hit me up and was like, yo, whatever, man. Cats be feeling disrespected that I'm always negative and blah, 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 and all of that, man. So, nah, for real. Somebody hit me up and was like, yo, cats be thinking, you know what I'm saying? You just be on here running your mouth, being negative all the time about the Knicks and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, since I can't talk to them personally, they don't know that they stupid. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna tell me? I've been a Knicks fan since 1975. If the team suck, the team suck. And if the player here ain't doing his thing, the player ain't doing his thing, right? But you know, the rumor is I be too hard on these sensitive ass young Knicks players, and so somebody might get offended. They touchy, and I think he one of them. So I be trying not to call Obi. I be trying not to say Obi that, this, and that. But if Obi want more minutes, man, you know how you get more minutes? Earn them.
So Uncle Freezy, he not earning more minutes?
Bro.
He playing defense. He blocking shots. He getting steals. He rebounding, and he scoring. That's what y'all say y'all wanted from him, right?
No, what I wanted from Obi is in that close game against Cleveland, when in a tight game, I just needed Obi to step his game up. He did the opposite. Obi Toppin was one of the reasons why Kevin Love was knocking down those threes.
You can't keep on taking the play in and out of game. You have to sustain his minutes, man. You got to give him more minutes. You can't keep on taking him out of the ball game.
I just don't know why the rules is different for him than they are for everybody else.
He averaging 15 minutes. Cam Reddish playing more minutes than Obi.
Right, because it's needed. It's needed. It's not like Tom Thibodeau all of a sudden just woke up out of a nightmare and said, "Oh, I'm just gonna play Cam Reddish over Obi Toppin." Nah, bro. Big men have a smaller pop. You know, it's a guard and wing driven league, bro. Ain't that many power forwards out there dominating.
Let me tell you something. If Obi get traded, they're gonna lose a lot of fan base.
Bye. If Knicks fans, listen. If you a Knicks fan right now, and you would be upset to the point where that you would go root for the Brooklyn Nets because Obi Toppin got traded there, bye. We don't need no bandwagon riders, no way. You know what I'm saying? I don't care, man. Look, CWC, they traded my favorite player, Clyde Frazier. And you think I'm a Cleveland Cavaliers fan because Clyde went there? No. They traded my favorite player, John Starks, to Golden State. You think I'm a Golden State Warriors fan? Bro, they traded Michael Ray Richardson for Bernard King. You think I'm a Golden State Warriors fan? Nah. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks trade players they traded Jeff favorite player Kevin Knox to Atlanta. And you still rock him as a Knicks fan. And I know you love Kevin Knox, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Man, listen, Obi shooting threes out of the gym, and we sitting him on the bench.
Okay.
He shot like 4 3-pointers at the Cleveland game. He shot it before that game in another game, and we sitting him on the bench. We got Jerko Sims on the bench. We got McBride on the bench. Use your weapons. Your weapons is on the bench.
I understand that, bro. But when Julius Randle get cold and Obi Toppin come in the game, hey, you know, CWC, you know, I'll say this. I'll say this with you, bro. I'll say this. I would love it if Obi got more minutes if they wasn't with Emmanuel Quickly. If Quickly and if you could split them up, and I know that sound petty, right? But I want to see Obi grow without being dependent on Emmanuel Quickly. The only time you see Obi have a good game is when Quickly have a good game, bro. That's not Tibbs' fault. You know what I'm saying? When you out there without, when's the last time you seen Obi on the floor without Quickly?
Well, that's their second unit, though.
I understand that, but Quickly also plays with the first unit.
That's how Tibbs got it.
AJ Bula says that's not true. Okay, just because AJ Bula said that, I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna do a video breakdown and compile the numbers game by game because I'm not just making up. I don't just make up stuff just to be talking, bro. I don't just make up. So y'all think I just make up random stuff just to get on here and holler? I don't get to do that. I could just shut up and let Joe talk.
Let me tell you something. If Obi was with Chicago Bulls or Vancouver Grizzlies or Brooklyn Nets, he would have been an all-star.
Huh?
He would have been an all-star. If he were with them guys getting minutes, he would have been an all-star.
Obi?
Yeah.
Maybe so.
Because you know why? Because the coach going to play him like 25 minutes. This coach ain't doing that.
So
I don't know he got something against Obi or what.
So who starts at power forward for the Brooklyn Nets? Because if Obi's getting 25, that means that player is only going to get 20 or 23. Who starts at power forward for the Brooklyn Nets?
Kevin Durant.
Ben Simmons. He's starting at the 4.
So basically, if they had Obi, they'll cut down Ben Simmons and Kevin Durant's minutes.
Shoot, Ben Simmons not even playing like that. He only scoring 6 points.
Yeah, but I think he's still giving them like 8 or 9 rebounds and 8 or 9 dimes. So Ben Simmons was never going to be giving you 20 points and stuff.
No,
I think he's taking jumpers now.
And he's the only
Ben Simmons
player on that
free
team.
throw.
He's the only player on that team playing defense. If we're keeping it 100 either, so.
And let me read these super chats from Paris Tucker, and then I get out of the way, y'all. Paris Tucker, thank you for the gents contribution. Paris Tucker says, we want Obi to do RJ's job with 15 minutes a game. And he also says, is that video breakdown including last year's 14? Yep. Is exactly. I'm going to point to this thing because they have this chemistry right between each other. That's a one-way street. See, it messes me. It boggles my mind that when Quickly is in his bag, he don't pay Obi no attention. Even though when Obi is in his bag, he a team player and try to get everybody involved, right? But then they'll jock him out and not pass him the ball. And y'all think it's me complaining about Obi when it's clear that Obi is a team player. You know, he was the one that threw the lob to Cam Reddish. Obi is an unselfish player, right? But the unit he on, everybody not unselfish like Obi. And instead of y'all looking at things for what they are, y'all seen Emmanuel Quickly look at Obi and not pass it. Y'all seen Quickly look at Cam and not pass it. And instead of saying, yeah, you know what? I agree that Quickly is not a point guard. Y'all are saying that, no, man. No, Quickly at Obi. No, that's not true. CWC, what you think Quickly is our second unit point guard, bro?
I told you last year and the year before that, Quickly is not a point guard. He's a shooting guard.
So why are we sitting here arguing about Emmanuel Quickly and Obi Toppin chemistry?
I'm not arguing with that. I just saying Obi need more playing time. I ain't saying nothing about Quickly.
Okay. Yeah, what I'm saying to you is that I think Obi can be a good player. I don't think it's Tom Thibodeau holding him back. I think it's Quickly holding him back. That is my point. I don't think it's a matter of minutes. I think it's a matter of personnel.
How Quickly holding him back? They play 2 different positions.
Because that's the thing is Quickly's his point guard. Quickly's supposed to running his unit, and then when Obi, what he's trying to say is when Obi has it, Quickly's looking for him, but then sometimes Quickly looks him off. But when Obi's playing, Obi tries to get everybody involved. So it's kind of Quickly's facilitating is the issue, and I have a very big agreement with that. He's too passive at times, and then he doesn't pass at other times. So he's showing he's not a point guard, and they need to stop developing like a point guard and realistic.
So that sounds like a Quickly problem.
They need to bring in a backup point guard.
But that's what I just said. I just said it's a Quickly problem, not a Tom Thibodeau minutes problem, bro. That's what I just said.
Yeah. Well, they need to straighten that out ASAP.
Yeah, man, I don't know. CWC, what I'm saying is I think Emmanuel Quickly has talent. Obi Toppin has talent, right? But when you put guys like Obi with shoot first guards, you don't get the very best out of Obi Toppin, right? And then the other part to that, which kind of frustrates me, is knowing this, Obi doesn't go get on the boards and try to create his own. You know what I'm saying? That's the frustrating thing. Like Obi need to be spoon fed, right? And ain't nothing wrong with that. Obi need to be fed, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of players that needed to be fed, right? But knowing this, if the dude ain't feeding you, what are you gonna get from Obi?
Obi also needs the space, and like Obi's best, like when we see the reason he was the 8th overall pick and people thought he should have been top 5, top 4 in that draft was because the success he was putting in Dayton put at the 5 with shooters around him and a facilitating point guard. The problem is with the spacing too is he's always had a guy, even though Hartenstein can shoot, he still needs a guy, like he needs to be in around the paint and he needs spacing, and that's going to be a coaching issue. So the best way to get the out of Obi is putting him as your 5 and having shooters around him and see what happens. But we have a coach that's too worried about the rim protection and stuff. You don't have to worry about that if you have right defense around Obi. So that's what you need to have. Obi needs to go 5.
We don't put Obi in pick and rolls at all, even with a space in 5. So we're not going to see the best of him going downhill.
And that's what I mean with coaching.
Yeah. And to be absolutely frank, if Randall is even hitting his jumper at a average clip, the gap in his play and Obi's play is very wide.
Right.
So you can't just say play Obi more and then we're running traditional lineups. There's no place for Obi to play more if Randall is playing at the level he's playing at with just a marginally better jump shot at the moment.
Yeah, and the way Randall's playing good.
Hey, somebody got something in the background bumping. Y'all know who that is?
I don't know who that is. I hear it though.
Who's in the top right corner?
That's Danny, but he's muted.
Might be CWC, maybe. I'm not sure.
Hold on, let me put me on mute.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Yeah, and Dre, what I was getting at is so what the Knicks want to run every trip down the floor, right? They want to run read and react. If it ain't there immediately, they want to get into pick and roll. If it ain't there, get into an ISO in the last 10 seconds where one of your ISO scores can get you a shot, a good look. Right. Yeah. Right. Basically. And so the thing is the second unit, when you watch the second unit, they want to get into the read and react part, right? But when Quickly's on the floor, Quickly wants to get into the pick and roll. He wants to skip the read and react and get straight into the pick and roll. He wants the ball in his hands, right? Does that always lead to a good shot? Nah. And as a matter of fact, when you get down to the last 10 seconds or so, then instead of finding somebody that's going to get a bucket, Quickly is the guy taking that shot. So the read and react part where Obi, remember when Joe just said in college what Obi can do? Obi can do a lot of things, dribble a little bit, pass a little bit, do a little play make, whatever.
You shoot 38%, and you're seeing the shootings coming along now.
Right. But Hartenstein can do those same things, and Cam can do those things. Dribble, pass, and shoot. You got 3 guys that can play off of each other, but quickly hijack that, not even get into read and react, get straight into calling for ball screens so that he can try to create something for others. And if he don't see you, bro, he's not going to try to manipulate the defense to get it to you. That's why Cam Reddish cursed at him during the Memphis game.
And that's why I think eventually they need to, if they're going to keep Quickly, which I'm not sure what way they're going to do this between Obi and Quickly, because I don't see them extending both of them. But I think if Quickly's still going to be here, I think the best thing for him is moving him as a 2, as a second playmaker, and investing in like a cheap backup point guard that can at least facilitate, not like a scoring guard, like a facilitating guard beside him, and have Quickly running off the screens, doing what he was doing in Kentucky. A little bit more with still have him facilitating, but not have as much, have him run him off ball a lot more, because you need to use his shooting. His shooting is harder for him to shoot more when he's having to do everything off the dribble, because most of the shots is all off the dribble. So can we get him in where he's in catch and shoot motion a little bit more? Because I think he'd be shooting above 40% then from three if he's doing that.
So
it would require him playing with another playmaker, and we're limiting Rose's minutes.
Yeah,
So then that would mean he had to play. You know what I'm saying? That would mean he would have to play more minutes with the starters, which I don't know. That's even what.
To be honest, wouldn't be a bad idea, because you split not him and Obi up, and we were already talking about like with Fournier. And I guess you got Grimes and Cam, both of them hurt right now for tonight. So that's why I can see quickly playing a little bit more with the starting unit at the 2.
Right.
Well, you got Rose. You got Rose playing with quickly too.
That would require Rose playing more minutes. Rose is playing like what, 12 minutes a night now?
Yeah.
12, 15?
Yeah, I think so.
So,
So do y'all think we need another point guard on the second unit?
No, I mean down the line, like in a year or two, like even next year, if you can get a cheap facilitating point guard, like in free agency, and then you're like when Rose is gone and whatever, then you move quickly over to the 2.
Freezy, tell me the point guard we got, man. We got a point guard. His name is
Rose gonna be going next year. Rose gonna be
but I
going
mean
next
like
year.
a solid backup, like your number 2 is going to play 15 to 20 minutes backing up Brunson on a nightly basis, and it's not quickly.
Yeah, I'm with that, Joe. I'm with that.
Quickly moves over and plays kind of combo, can play a little bit the 1, but play the 2.
Yeah, that's what quickly is, a 2.
And that's the thing is Rose could work perfectly, but the thing is Rose, you got to be low maintenance with Rose, or kind of like low maintenance with Rose because of the injury histories, and you're already seeing he's only playing 12 to 15 minutes.
Yep.
So that's what I mean. If Rose would be gone, I'm presuming Cam might not be re-signed. We don't know with him. So then I'm bringing like you move quickly as your backup too.
Hey, CWC,
bringing a point guard.
Hey, CWC, if you ain't knocking somebody's head off, bro, can you mute so we won't get the background noise?
That's not me.
What?
That's not me. I don't got no noise in the back.
It's your microphone. No, it's not me. It's your microphone giving static or feedback. That's what it is, CWC.
Yeah.
I put myself on mute. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Parasugger, thank you for the generous contribution. Parasugger says, stop blaming $5 boys when we got $100 million man. And he also says, stop with Hartenstein. He's okay for 80 center. Bim. And somebody has a question. Let me see. And Rebuild NYK says, yo, man, we need all of this so Obi can play more. Interesting question.
It's not all this. It's like there's 2 ways you can do. You can put Obi as your backup 5 and play more minutes at the 5, or you're moving Randall and Obi slots right into the 4. There's not really much other than you can do.
Okay.
Unless Randall's taking less minutes, which I don't think's happening because he's playing well. And number 2 is his contract extension only kicks in this year. Only just started.
Yeah.
Hey, they wasn't saying that when Obi hit those 3-pointers. They wasn't talking that mess when he hit those 3-pointers. So don't talk it now.
What?
So Obi only getting 15 minutes or less.
But that's the problem is where you put him in.
Let's go through some of the chat up in here. Obi haters.
But the thing about it is I can dig it. I can dig it if Obi did that on a nightly basis and was consistent.
He was consistent. That's the problem.
So Obi Toppin's hitting three pointers every night.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Cause even my girl, I told my girl, even my girl seen it, and she like, who's that? I'm like, that's Obi. He's shooting lights out. And she like, won't they play him more? I don't know.
There's been a couple of UFOs though too. There's been a couple of air balls.
Yeah, he
I've seen people in the first 6 rows.
Shit, RJ and Randall made hit air balls too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And they 100 million guys. They making 100 million.
And that's the problem with this organization. You have 3 non-all-stars making 100 million. Yeah. Well, Julius, you could say a former all-star, but right now I wouldn't say he's all-star.
Yeah.
That's your issue.
Hey, when they were playing against Milwaukee Bucks and Cleveland, why they ain't put 2 centers in there in the game?
You want to have Mitch and Hartenstein in there?
You can mix it up with Jerko Sims or Mitch or Jerko Sims or iHeart.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. That's not gonna stop Giannis. Neither is gonna stop Giannis.
No. You had to do something. Take a risk. Why not? If that ain't stopping them, take a risk. You have to take a risk. And put McBride in. Make sure, you know what I'm saying? Put some ball pressure on.
But we know who the coach is, man. We know who the coach is. So
that's the problem. That's the problem. It's the coach.
Yeah, we've been coming up with ideas and speculations on how to get guys more minutes and how things fit for years, and you're not going to see it on the court until there's a coaching change. That's why I'm all for the coaching change. Because at this point, we know what we're getting.
And we see what guys could do. We see what Jerko Sims did last year, right, guys? We saw what he did last year. He's not even in the game this year.
Yeah.
And you're going to put McBride in for 1.0. Are you serious?
Bro,
What you put that dude in for 1.0? For what?
I hate to break it to you, but when the organization brought a guy in at his position, they letting him know that he ain't the guy. They brought in Hartenstein, who played the same position as Jerko Sims. They brought in Jalen Brunson, who played the same position as Miles McBride. Yo, that echo bot. Yo, hey man, I gotta run y'all because the power company and all of them coming here to fix it. So hopefully when I jump back on at 6, so when we jump back on at 6 o'clock, man, we'll be back over there in Studio G. Yeah, hey, so Parasucker, thank you for the generous contribution. Parasucker says, curious stat guru, why you never show OB's 3-point percentage now? Man, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Well, what is he shooting from 3?
Out.
I ain't trying. I'm gonna get out of here, but we'll be back on, y'all. I gotta do this to make sure I take care of the house, man.
What time you coming on, Uncle Freaky?
I don't know. It depends on when they finish. I want to come on at 6 for the game. I'm hoping everything will be straight then.
Okay, I'm cool with that. All right.
Yeah. Let me see. So the thing won't. Yeah, this thing is.
If he don't play McBride tonight against Trae, it's gonna be a problem.